Yo guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink. Today's topic is 3 Mixolydian jazz guitar licks. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So, how do they sound? Somehow like this. And the last one. So these were 3 licks on B7 and E flat 7. We're going to talk about the licks, the concept behind playing Mixolydian, also the concept around making slight variations on the licks. Alright, first we want to know what is Mixolydian and how do you use it. If you have a chord, like in this case a B7 chord, then like in a blues or this track here is just a slide blues with B from B7 to E7, E flat 7. And on each of the chords you use the Mixolydian mode, which is basically this one here, or like the pretty similar to the Ionin mode. Ionin is the normal major scale. If you know a major scale, you have the intervals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Mixolydian, you just make a flat 7 out of the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be the 7, make a flat 7. And that is Mixolydian. When you switch to the E flat 7, then you also have to change to E flat Mixolydian, so you just move up this pattern here, up here. Yo. And it's really important that you know the intervals. Why? Because when you have licks, I'm not really a lick player, but I find it really useful to know licks to analyze how you use a scale or a mode. So, these are the intervals, the root, the 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. So now, if we play the first lick, this one here, looks very simple, but it more or less defines a lot how Mixolydian is used. So we start with this note here, and now you're gonna say, hey guy, hey HP, this is not in the Mixolydian mode. Yes, it's not. This is called an approach note, and when you play Mixolydian, you basically always approach the triads, and you want to know where the triad is. Count through 1, 2, 3. Here's the triad, approach, half step below, and so here we have the. You make yo. And then when we analyze this, so this is flat 3 to 3, flat 3, then 3, 5, 6, 1. And using this kind of an arpeggio, this is a B6 arpeggio, is also very, very common when using Mixolydian mode, okay? So this lick somehow defines one way of playing Mixolydian with the approach note. Now if you want to move this to E flat, just go up in the E flat position. As simple as it can be. Now let's do this. Yo, so you just move it. Now if you don't want to play the same thing all the time, you can make variations on the timing, maybe some. Well, first of all, also to make it more sound. I mean, the lick is really simple, but the trick is here, moving the accent. We have so 1 and 2. So first you have this. You have in the same figure 3 times, but it moves from on beat to off beat. First it starts on beat, so 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. First, the rhythm is a special thing here. So now if you want to play the lick 2 times, you want to sound more interesting probably, and that was a method which Miles Davis was doing a lot, stretching the time. You hold the last note. You know, the listener, the listener hears the lick 2 or 3 times, expects the resolution as heard. But you can resolve this later to, you know, you're like extending the timing. Let's see this really cool effect. I'll show you. You can also stretch the timing early than on the last note. It's up to you, but you can stretch the timing and make the same lick sound more interesting. Okay, good. Now let's go to the next lick. That one is more simple, well, from the concept, but maybe not from the fingering. What are we doing here? This is a B9 arpeggio starting on the 9, flat 7, 5, 3. So, and then you just move down this figure down in the Mixolydian mode, which creates this diatonic line here. And of course, when you play the second one, this one here, it's basically an E flat 6 arpeggio. Doesn't really fit perfect to the B7 chord, but this is just seen as a transition motif, which that's what has to resolve. It comes from a stable arpeggio, from a transition arpeggio, stable arpeggio, transition arpeggio, resolve. You could also continue if you want. Wait. It would have been this here, yeah. But let's just do it till here. Now comes a thing, well, first let's play it, and if you want to do it, move it to E flat, just move up the whole thing up here, play the same thing here. So what did I do now? I again stretched the timing. Instead of just playing it in one row, I played 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Just stretch the timing by just stretching it into the next bar. that's the way of doing things. Or again, you can hold the resolution longer, but in this case we don't have so much time because we have to run to the next chord. But you can also, you know, you just cut the lick in two pieces, just play the first part and create kind of variations with that. First you play the normal one, then you cut it. Now we cut timing. This way you can make licks, the same licks, sound more interesting. Now let's go to the last of the three licks. And you already see, even there are only three licks, there are so many possibilities what you can do with this. And these licks more or less define the main figures which are played often in Mixolydian. So this one is another one. I said we have the B6 arpeggio here. Now we go on the approach of the triad. Then we have this chromatic movement till the fifth. Then we're coming back chromatically, resolve on the root note. And then we make a second figure. In triplets, we just do again this chromatic thing. And now we switch to the normal Mixolydian. Resolves perfectly to the root note. Let's see if that works. So, now putting things together, you can mix the whole thing. You don't need to play the licks like, you know, like rock signs exactly how they're written. As I said, try to do variations. You can also divide this lick before into two licks and also make this timing stretch stuff, you know. Well, I'm gonna just play a little bit with these licks so you get an idea. And so on. You know, just how it is, and later. The main thing is try to play what you hear. As I said, I'm not really a lick player because I'm better when I just focus on the next note, what I want to play, but you need to know the concept how you create licks in the Mixolydian mode. Yo guys, that was 3 Mixolydian jazz guitar licks. I hope this gave you some inspiration. If you want to download this cool backing track, is really good for practicing. It's just 2 bars B7, 2 bars E flat 7, but it's really essential that you switch between at least 2 chords to practice this playing modes on chord system, Yo, as I said, if you want to download that backing track plus the tabs of the licks I showed, it's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there and make a premium member account. One more to say. Yo, that's about that. If you love my channel, please share it to all your friends, family, guitar friends, and also buy a HPCrazy fan t-shirt. Yo, me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye.